Frustrated because the burger you ate made you fat, but the girl who also ate the same burger seems to be the same? Is there a gene that makes us fat? Well, the answer is yes. I know. You probably gained weight because of a difference in your genes and hers. It is true that the majority of people, about 80%, have genes that make them fat. Let's get back to our unit genetics. According to our amazing science teacher, Mr. Tilly, yes, amazing. A gene is a molecular unit of heredity of a living organism, or also known as a short section of DNA. DNA is like a hard drive of a computer, where all the hereditary information of an organism is stored. People who are fat might have a DNA where it is more susceptible to gain weight. Let me talk about the gene that is in our DNA. The functional obesity gene is called fat mass and obesity associated, also known as FTO. It is the strongest genetic determinant of obesity risk in humans. A new study led by scientists at UCL, people with obesity risk FTO starts to feel hungry after eating a meal. Let's say Seokjun and Ms. Robles were the participants for this experiment. Seokjun, no offense, had the high obesity risk, and Ms. Robles had the low obesity risk. Mr. Tilly tested the levels of ghrelins using their blood samples, which is a hormone released by cells in the stomach that triggers appetite. Normally, ghrelin levels rise before meals and fall after meals, but Seokjun felt hungrier after the meal. After this experiment, they were also volunteered to measure how their brain reacts to pictures of high-calorie and low-calorie food images before and after a meal. Again, Mr. Tilly took their blood samples and found out Seokjun, who had the high obesity risk FTO variant, has more ghrelins than Ms. Robles. I will show you in another experiment with mice. This experiment was providing 100 genetic variations of mice a normal diet, a high-fat diet, and a high-sugar diet for 8 weeks. All the mice were eating the identical diet. However, they realized that their weight gain changed. For some mice, the calorie-laden diet caused absolutely no body fat change, while other mice had a body fat increase of more than 600%. The researchers were able to attribute this largely to genetics. You may argue that mice are not exactly the same as humans, but several of these genes directly overlap with genes that are linked to obesity in humans. Even though you're losing the battle with bulge, now there is more proof it's not your fault.